Quote the hold steady, everyone's a critic and most people are DJs. I'm not a music expert. Hell, I can't even play an instrument or carry a tune. My name's Craig. I'm just a middle-aged guy in the burbs that likes to listen to good music and talk about it. That's what I try to do here. I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Craig. So once again, in response to absolutely zero demand, I'm back to do another Craig Talks Music. It's been a couple weeks since I've done this, and I've been busy. I've actually caught a half dozen shows, saw Henry Rollins speak, went and saw a play, but the biggest news out there is that drummer from the Foo Fighters, one of my favorite bands, passed away. Just very sad, very, very sad. Just a guy with so much energy and actually kind of impactful to me. Not only am I a Foo Fighters fan, but he's actually younger than me. So I look at stuff like that, I'm like, gosh, just really kind of hits you as far as reminding you of your mortality when somebody passes, whether you know him or not. It is kind of odd, just being a fan. It's not like, I knew Taylor Hawkins or anything like that, but it still was impactful. It really bummed me out. I'm sad for his family, for the Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl. But let's get into some of the shows I've seen, and we'll revisit Taylor Hawkins and the Foo Fighters. So first show I'm going to talk about is Puss N Boots, which is a three-piece made up of three women, most notably Norah Jones, but also with Sasha Dobson and Cat Popper. I'd seen Cat Popper a bunch of times because she was the bass player in Jesse Malin's band. But they played at Lark Hall, which is a newish venue that basically opened up over the pandemic down in Albany. It was my first visit there. It's a really nice venue. Like the layout and stuff. A lot of the acts they play are really jam bandy, which just isn't my scene. So a bunch of the shows I just haven't gone to check out. So it was a great show. Here's some highlights. I've come to love. You don't know, you don't know, you don't know. What a great opportunity that was to see Norah Jones in a small, intimate venue. I have a feeling a lot of people didn't know she was part of Puss N Boots, or else it would have been even busier than it was. She'll be at SPAC later this summer. Obviously a much larger venue, much more expensive. Got a chance to see another venue that I had not been to, at least not to see a live act. I got a preview of it from the owner before it was open, but Empire Underground, which is the smaller downstairs venue, about 200-person venue, at Empire Live, and saw Naked Giants with opener Ganser there. It was a great time. It was really, I felt bad because it was a small crowd, but it was an enthusiastic crowd. Got a chance to actually chat with the band folks from Ganser. They were fun. Talked a lot of music. I was wearing a Murder Capital shirt, and the bass player, Alicia, was like, oh, nice shirt. And we just started talking music back and forth. I recommended Sprints, an English teacher, and sent them a playlist. And yeah, they were great. And then the guys from Naked Giants were phenomenal. They got a couple of new songs that I really liked. I didn't record those. I never record unreleased music. But they've got new stuff coming out that's going to be good. Just a good, solid rock band and good guys. Check out. Next up, I took a couple of road trips down to Woodstock, which is only about a little over an hour south of here, to catch M. Ward, who is part of She and Him with Zoe Deschanel. I really hadn't heard him, but I gave a listen. I'm like, I like his stuff. So saw him play at Levon Helm's studio and ended up being dead center front row for the show. I mean, it's a great venue no matter where you are, but that's probably the best seat I've ever had. And then the next night, I went down to Colony, also in Woodstock, and saw Soccer Mommy. So here's highlights from both of those after a very low energy show with Soccer Mommy, the next night was back in Albany at Empire Live and called The Record Company, who are just a great show. Tons of energy. Here's them covering the Beatles. Next up, going to talk about a band I really have been looking forward to seeing that I've talked about here before, Yard Act, one of the acts coming out of the UK and the post-punk scene. Went out to Boston to see them at the Sinclair. What was kind of funny is got there early, waiting to get in because I wanted to get a good spot and get my spot on at stage left. And this woman that I don't recognize walks up to me and she's like, are you Craig? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm thinking, I either met her and don't remember, or I'm about ready to get served papers. Turns out she was part of the same Facebook group I'm in as Fontaine's DC fan group. And she's like, I recognize you from that. It was freaking hilarious. So, but ended up meeting the band actually as they came out. Somewhat annoying, not the band. The band was very gracious, gave me props on wearing a Sprint shirt. But the opener had to cancel due to COVID. Same thing happened with Soccer Mommy at Colony. Now, at Colony, what they did is they moved Soccer Mommy ahead. So they're like, there's no opener, so we're just going to move the headliner ahead. They didn't do that at the Sinclair. Let everybody in at 8, and we just stood around for 2 hours, and Yard Act went out at the same time. I know Yard Act was a little annoyed with it as well. But it was a great show. Check out some highlights. A great show, but the night ended sadly because it was right after that show ended. I got a text from a buddy of mine letting me know that Taylor Hawkins had died. So I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan. I've seen them 14 times. I've gone to Mexico City twice to see them, and I even got a chance to see him with Chevy Metal. So let me share some of my own videos that I've gone at shows that I've seen him at. Just really so sad. So first one I'm going to share is actually not a Foo Fighter show, but Chevy Metal, which is Taylor's side project cover band. And it was him, Chris Schiffler was in the band, and saw this out at Riot Fest a few years ago.
Get your paws down, get your head down, get your off feet straight.
So next up was a Foo Fighters show in 2017 in Richmond, and here's Taylor banging away on the song Run. As part of this tour, they had a whole thing where the whole drum kit got elevated like 20 feet in the air, too. A couple of years before that, I had amazing seats at Fenway Park in Boston. Later that year, I saw him for the second time in Mexico City.
Getting closer, closer to the prize at the end of the road. All night long, I dream of the team. When it comes around and it's taking away. Leaves me with the feeling that I feel the most. Feel the curve of life and it's in your goes. Done, all of the next one done.
And lastly, I'm going to leave you with a July 2018 show at Madison Square Garden. With Taylor Hawkins and Luke Spiller of the Struts doing a cover of Queen.
With a fucking smoke machine attached to it, we're gonna play fucking Madison Square Garden.
Fuck yeah.
Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fucking arena rock show. I don't know if you haven't figured it out yet. That's what we're fucking doing right now. Taylor Hawkins.
Yes, Steve.
Turn it up. Let's show these fucking people. Stupid. Let's show these fucking people what a fucking arena is supposed to do right now.
Song together.
Turn away from it all like a blind man. Set a fix, but it didn't work. Cooked it up with love, but it's a slash in the door. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Grohl. Let's go! Hey, 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 hey! Luke Striker! Dave Grohl!
R.I.P. Taylor Hawkins, thank you for the great memories. Condolences to your family and to your bandmates and all your fans. You can listen to this music on Spotify by clicking the link in the description.